What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. So today I thought I'd take you on a little sourcing tutorial with me. Now, I usually hop on in the mornings, like, maybe 10 to 20 sites. Sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 25, but roughly speaking, I'm usually checking a variety of the sites that I talk about on this channel and in my online Arbitrage Pro 2.0 course, and I basically do a little bit of sourcing, right? I kind of do that in the morning. It's kind of like my routine. So one of the sites I plan on sourcing through today is Bensbargains.com. Now, I've talked about countless sites. I've talked about countless bulk deal sites, countless coupon sites where you can find coupon arbitrage products, countless wholesale sites where you can buy cheap, wholesale bulk items and then ship them into Amazon FBA. I've also talked about reselling books. I've also talked about liquidation sites. All that can be found down at the bottom of the description in the arbitrage playlist. If you want to check out, to a further degree, to see a number of these sites for yourself that you can obviously sort through and watch the tutorials on how I utilize them to make money buying products online right from my laptop, like I sit here this morning, and then getting them to my house and shipping them back into Amazon to make money and flip for a profit. Okay, so today we're going to run through Bensbargains.com. This is one that I've been finding good products on lately, so I figured, what the heck, I might just run you through a tutorial today with me. Now, I have not set this up. I have not looked at any of the products today, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to find, whether they're going to be good products, whether they're going to be bad products, or whether they're going to be products that I just want to sell to kind of increase my seller metrics, which is another thing I've been doing a lot lately and why I've been focusing on a lot of books, right? I'm trying to get ungated for certain categories and certain brands, and so I'm trying to just increase my sales velocity. So while I'm obviously mainly focused, and this might be the same boat that you want to pursue or that you are in currently, while I'm mainly focused on obviously making a profit, right? Let's say I buy 100 items in a week span. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. I'm just shooting out random numbers here, right? Let's say I buy 100 items in a week span. Maybe 80 of those are items that are clearly profitable that I'm trying to make money on, but then another 20, I'm just, barely profitable, or I'm just like a little bit of profit or breaking even. The reason I'm doing that is just to increase my seller metrics and make more sales so I can potentially get ungated for brands and categories. So you might not be doing that, or you might like and be intrigued by that idea, but I'm just explaining to you my thought process so you understand what I'm doing when I'm saying some of these types of things, okay? So we're going to run through a raw take. It's going to give you the most raw feel and bang for your buck, so you can see how I find products, how I sort through them, how I vet them to see if they're good or bad, and how you can do that as well. So first things first, on Bensbargains, you can either sort by hottest or newest. So newest obviously is going to be like the newer ones out there that a lot of people haven't seen yet. Hottest is obviously the ones that clearly a lot of people are buying. So both of them have their positives and negatives. Newest, obviously, like I said, is going to show you the products that are the newest that people might not have claimed already and that you can obviously still make money off of and are great opportunities. Now, hottest is also has good, positives, and it also has drawbacks as well, because if they're hottest, clearly a lot of people are claiming them and they're good deals. So there might be profitable deals there, or there might be great deals to then obviously flip back on Amazon for a profit. Although the drawback is, clearly some other people might be doing that as well. But if you plan on, doing this to any certain degree and making a good profit margin, you can always eventually share the sales or share the buy box, or, I wouldn't get into pricing war, but you could potentially do that as well. So both have their positives and negatives. You just need to understand that. So let's sort through and find something that I want to source to make money. So there's two ways to basically do this, and this is a perfect example right off the bat, like you see here. When I'm on Bensbargains, one of the benefits of Bensbargains is it tells you the retail price normally, right? So this is usually $39.99, and it tells you what you're going to get it for up here in the right in orange, with the actual coupon code that you're going to get, okay? And it also sometimes will show you the Amazon price and actually have a link to Amazon for that actual product, like you'll see down here, but is not on this one. So that's a great advantage to using Bensbargains.com because it's going to show you the deal price, and it's also going to show you the Amazon price and give you a link to that product so that you can initially, like literally immediately, make an educated decision on whether that's potentially a good product or a bad product. So that's one way to do it, and I'll run through this one as a test one here for you in a second. But another way to do it is to either sell some of these products back on like eBay or Poshmark or Mercari if you can find a great deal. And I've been finding a lot of great deals on both Slick Deals and Bensbargains on shoes lately, and also on jackets. So the reason I'm saying that is shoes always sell well on eBay, they always sell well on Poshmark, and they also flip pretty easily on Mercari. And now currently we're approaching the end of September. It's a great opportunity to also sell coats. So that's why I'm saying sometimes I will buy coats and shoes if they're a good enough deal, knowing full well that if they're a brand that I can't sell back on Amazon, that's okay because I'm eventually going to flip it back on Poshmark, eBay, or Mercari for a ridiculous profit margin, okay? So just spitballing some ideas here. I don't know what exactly we're going to find. So you could, if you wanted to potentially sell this, it says it retails for $39.99. You can potentially get it at $7.94. You could potentially take this title and search it in Amazon. So 30-piece Craftsman ratcheting T-handle set, and search it in Amazon or eBay and see if you can find the product. Now, I've talked about how to actually do that before. I've shown that in countless tutorials in the Arbitrage playlist if you want to check them out. I've also talked about how to check sales velocity on eBay specifically as well by doing the same thing. If you want to check that video out, I'll also link that at the bottom of the description if you want to check that out after this video. But it's very, very easy. But what I like to personally do, because I like to just sort through really fast on this site, is I'll strictly look for good deals with the Amazon link because I'm just scanning through fast. This is, like I said, one example of a site that I source through for about an hour in the morning to find products. I'm not spending that much time sourcing. I'm just scanning through these fast to find obvious deals that I can then flip back online for money. So let's check this out. The first thing I want to see is, does it really sell on Amazon for 14 bucks? And it does. So $13.88. It looks like it's a great listing. Almost 23,000 ratings, and it's Amazon's choice. And it looks like it's a vacuum insulated travel mug. So we want to check the rating. Obviously, this is obviously going to be a good rating because it's got so many reviews and it's got the Amazon's Choice badge. And we can see here that it is 15 in kitchen and dining. So this is a great product, okay? But none of that matters if we can't sell it. So let's take the ASIN and we'll check it in Seller Central to see if we can actually sell this product, because none of that matters. The profit margin doesn't matter if we can't actually sell the product ourselves, right? Then it becomes irrelevant. And you'll see here that once I paste the ASIN in, that I can sell this in new, collectible, and used conditions, so that makes it a good potential opportunity. So I already know that this is a good product, but let me hit the Jungle Scout Chrome extension to just run the numbers. This is selling 650 daily sales a day. 650 daily sales and about 18,000 monthly sales. This is one of the best products I've ever seen sales velocity-wise on Amazon. That's pretty crazy, and we can sell it. So if I bought these for actually $5.88 and I sent them into Amazon, I would make my money like that because they would sell super, super fast. And I wouldn't get into a pricing war. I'd probably just match the buy box once mine got into FBA, and they would sell within a day or two no matter how many I bought because there's so many sales. I mean, well, there were 650 daily sales roughly. So that's a lot of potential sales being shared between all these sellers. So you could potentially use the the online seller add-on here, and see what kind of inventory you're dealing with your competitors. So what do they have? What are their prices? And who's actually on it? So it looks like clearly it's shipped and sold by Amazon. Amazon Warehouse has one used, and then a few other people have some other ones that are new in here for lower prices, and some of them are FBA, some of them are FBM. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, some people do avoid listings where Amazon's the actual seller on. I've been testing it out lately and realized that they actually share the buy box with you if you send it into Amazon Prime and you match their price. They share the sales with you. I've seen that firsthand. It's not just something I'm saying. I've tested it out for like the past couple weeks, and I've been making sales just sharing the buy box price with them. They give you a sale every once in a while, and clearly there's 650 daily sales for this item, so that's not something I'm worried about. That's a perfect example of not taking people at face value. You hear some of these like old wives' tales and like these myths online. Always check for yourself. It doesn't matter if I'm saying something. It doesn't matter if somebody else is saying something. Always look into something and test it for yourself to see if it works. Because if I would have avoided every listing and every potential good product that Amazon was the seller on, I would have not made a number of sales that I've made this month and not made a number of the profits that I've made this month just by simply sharing the buy box, because everybody else is clearly, it's like an old wives' tale that you're not supposed to hop on a listing that Amazon's the seller on because they won't share the buy box with you, right? Because it's their playground, so why are they going to let you play? Clearly that is false, and I'm telling you firsthand that I tested it out, and they do share the buy box with you, and you will make sales. So this is a potential good product. Let's see what we can make profit-wise on this if we get it for $5.88. So we're going to take the AMZ calculator right here. We're going to figure out what our profit margin is if we get $5.88 on this product. So $5.88. And I'm going to estimate it's like 50 cents to ship in, because I'm never going to ship. I always talk about this. I'm never shipping one-off product into Amazon. So I'm never buying one of these and shipping into FBA, which might cost me like $4 or $5 potentially. I'm buying a number of these, or I'm buying a couple of these and also shipping them in with other things. I do it in bulk, right? I'm not just ever shipping 1 or 2 items in. I'm shipping like 10 to 20 or sometimes 50 in at once, initiating a shipment, and then it's super, super cheap. Usually lower than 50 cents a unit, because if I'm shipping like 20 things in a $5 box to Amazon FBA, well, what is that calculator-wise, right? Let's check. So let's say I'm shipping a box of 20 items in and I'm paying $5 for it. Well, that's clearly not how you do that. Hold on. My math is off this morning. So 20 things, so that's 25 cents a unit. So it's super cheap. So I'm going to estimate 50 cents a unit here, but it's probably going to even be less than that, to be honest. Now, if I sell it at $13.88 and I get the product for $5.88 and my shipping cost into FBA is 50 cents, I still have a $2.10 profit margin. So that might not be worth it for some people. I usually preach with coupon arbitrage, and this is not necessarily coupon arbitrage. This is more like bulk deal arbitrage, okay? So with coupon arbitrage, I usually preach a $10 profit margin, but this is something that I would go after myself personally, and I'm going to buy as soon as this video is done. Because it sells so fast, remember there's such a high sales velocity. It's selling $650 units a day. So let's say I buy 10 of these, that's clearly $20 just like that in a day for fronting the money and then collecting that back so fast because they sell so quickly. And I want the sales, and also I'm going to make the profit super quick. So I might buy a couple of these. That's something I'm going to look into. I'm actually going to tab that open so I can get it at the end. So let's find an example of one more good product here. Now, like I said, you can also check these and search them on Amazon or eBay, or buy them just knowing ahead of time with Poshmark. But I like to go down and sort through some of these deals right here, so I know ahead of time going in that it's either a good deal that I can potentially make a profit on or not. So I'm looking for the Amazon price and the discrepancy in price that I can get it for. So let's just scan through some really fast. This is something that also might be a decent thing to sell, and this is an even better example right here. But both of these are shoes that you're going to get super cheap, so $32 for dress shoes, and they retail at $125. $27 for Reeboks, which have been selling not just Reeboks, and I've done countless videos on this in the past on slick deals, so you can check them out in the arbitrage playlist, where I've bought a number of shoes, like literally like 50 pairs of shoes, and then flipped them back on Poshmark and Mercari for a ridiculous profit. Shoes sell quickly. The key to keep in mind with that is buying normal shoe sizes, right? So you don't want to buy some crazy shoe size that is like not a lot of people are going to have. So what I would do is, this is men's shoe size, right? So I know ahead of time that the normal average shoe size for a man is like 8 to like 10 or 8 to like 10 and a half or 11. So I'm going to look for a deal in that size range, knowing that most men are in that size range. So I have a more, a larger velocity and variety of target market when I pitch that, right? If I buy like size 6, there aren't many men out there size 6. So my target market is super, super slim. Okay. Same thing with women's clothes, and same thing with women's shoes as well. So if I were going to give you an example, if I were going to buy like a women's jacket or like a women's like top or blouse, right? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to Google what is the most common women's shirt size, right? Boom. Figure that out and then buy that shirt size, knowing that I have the largest potential target market for that shirt size, right? That's the key there. That's the thought process there. Don't buy like random sizes that nobody's going to be in, okay? So this might be a good one, but like I said, I'm just going to try to find one strictly for Amazon. I know personally, just because I've been buying one of the liquidation pallets that I bought recently was like a number of jackets. So I know that I'm not ungated yet for Columbia, so I'm not going to go ahead and get this. And I also have like a ridiculous amount of jackets still already profitable on one liquidation pallet, but I have a number of inventory in Poshmark and Mercari right now of jackets because I bought a liquidation pallet of jackets and winter clothes to flip back, in the fall months into winter, knowing that they're going to be profitable. So I'm not looking for any more jackets currently, but that might be a good idea to grab jackets like this and then sell them at a profit back on those sites. Same thing with eBay. Let's find an example of one more really fast. So that's too rich for my blood. I'm not trying to drop 900 on one TV. Plus, it's breakable. Never a good idea to go after that. This might be good. $20 for 30 bucks on Amazon. Let's check this one out. And it looks like Amazon has dropped their price to 20 bucks, so that's a bad one. Oh, that's why you always want to check it, okay? So this one, Tommy Hilfiger. I also know because I have some Tommy Hilfiger stuff on Poshmark that I'm not ungated for Tommy Hilfiger yet, so I can't sell that. That there's no profit margin on this, so 20 bucks with the fees. Obviously, if I get it at 16, isn't going to leave much room, if any, for profit, so I'm going to avoid that one. More Reebok, not ungated for that. Let's find one more. There's got to be an example of one. So this might be half decent right here because you're going to get it with this UPC code for 90 bucks. So there's not much of a profit there, and you're risking 90 bucks, so I'm not going to go after that one. 28. 80 for 80, that's a bad one. This one is actually pretty solid. So I'm potentially getting this for 107, but it looks right here that if I'm a new customer, which I am, that I can get it with new 20, and I can get it $20 off extra. So that takes that down to what, 87 then? So 87, and the difference from 166 to 87 might be pretty good. Let's check out the product. So it looks like it does indeed sell for 165, so that's a good sign, or 166. It's a decent 360 ratings, and it's got decent ratings here. It looks like a filled out listing where the seller is invested. But none of that matters if it doesn't have a good rating and it doesn't have a good sales velocity, and I can sell it. So before we check the sales velocity, which it looks like it's clearly 1600 in camera and photo, so it's probably selling pretty well. None of that matters if I can't sell it. So let's take the ASIN into Seller Central and see if I can actually sell this. And I can, new and used conditions, so this is a potential good product. So let's see what the sales velocity is on this listing. So 6 daily sales and 217 a month. So this is actually a pretty solid product because if I'm getting it for 87, right? Because with the coupon code as a new customer, I'm getting it for $20 off additionally with the actual the discount right here from the store. So it becomes 87, into a 166 product. So let's see what the profit margin on this product would be if it does indeed sell for 166. So $165.95, I'm getting it for 87. I'm going to again estimate that I'm sending it in for 50 cents. And that brings the profit margin to $47.35 on just this one product. So I'm spending 87 bucks. I'm potentially selling it for $165.95. And my potential profit margin is $47.35. And the total fee obviously is $31.10. So this is actually another example of a good product. So I'm not going to, continue to run through these and waste your time sorting through, but there's clearly a number of deals that you can sort through here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to check to see that I can actually indeed buy these for the prices that they're advertised. So I can get this for 87 with this new coupon code, or I can potentially get this one, where is it, for 5 something or whatever it was. I haven't checked. So I'm going to check these out and buy these, but clearly there's a number of deals. Now, even if you got this for 107, let's see if I could still make a profit on this at 107 and there was no new coupon code, you would still make a profit. So the profit, if you bought it for 107, is still $27.35. So I might buy one here or a couple of them and take $20 off one, and then I'm getting one for like 47 profit margin or whatever it was, and then I'm also getting a couple more at $27 profit margin. So this is actually a pretty solid product, and if I buy a couple of these, it might end up being like $100 profit on just one product, obviously within multiple quantities. So, and it seems like they're selling pretty fast, so I hope you use Bensbargains to your advantage. It's a great website where you can find coupon deals and obviously deals in bulk that you can then resell back on Amazon or other websites for a profit.